I think that this is legislation that is very important to those of us who care about eastern Long Island, to those of us who care about preserving habitat and preserving what really is a treasure. And it is legislation that has bipartisan support. I am joined on the Democratic side of the aisle, and as I say, I'm just introducing it this afternoon, so we're going to work hard at developing co-sponsors, but I'm joined by my colleague Joe Courtney of Connecticut, and I'm also joined by my colleague Mike Grimm of Staten Island as the principal Republican co-sponsor. And also today, Senator Blumenthal of Connecticut will introduce companion legislation in the Senate that would accomplish the same thing as the legislation that I am filing. So I'm hopeful that we can, there's a very bad idea on the table, and that's called the construction of NBAC. But we do not wish to complicate that bad idea by an even worse idea, which would be to sell Plum Island and allow it to be developed for residential or any other use other than the use it currently has. I want to say a word of thanks to Scott Russell and his colleagues in Southold Town. We're going to hear from Scott in a minute, but I think the very best thing we have going for us in terms of preserving Plum Island in its pristine state is the zoning that is currently under consideration in the town of Southold. And I hope that zoning will be enacted into law, and if it is, that is
from a security perspective, Plum Island is well insulated as an island. It's protected by an intermunicipal agreement of all 5 East End towns, plus Homeland Security, so it doesn't make security sense. When you think about the relocation of it, what it studies, hoof and mouth disease and other diseases, into the middle of cattle country, it doesn't make scientific sense. When we get done and implement the zoning that we're proposed for this island, I will assure you it will not make fiscal sense. Plum Island is a treasure, but I also want to point out that there are 2 goals to our legislation and our proposed zoning. It's not just to protect that wonderful, beautiful, scenic treasure of an ecosystem. It's also to protect the viability of a research facility that serves a worldwide importance. It employs 400 people regionally. We need to keep that facility there doing what it does so well.
Yesterday we celebrated the 20th anniversary of the signing of the Pine Barrens. And that was done, the environmental movement who said we need to preserve our environment, our habitats, our way of life. And so with this press conference, the word goes out to anyone who harbors the idea of development that you're in for a fight.
I think it was in 1656 that Samuel Willis was the first English settler to buy the island. I think there was some dispute about that. But he bought the island for 1 coat, from what I understand, 1 barrel of biscuits, and 100 fish hooks. And we've been underappreciating Plum Island ever since. We don't want to underappreciate anymore, and through Congressman Bishop's great legislation, for which we congratulate him on, and we look forward to working with him in supporting that underappreciation.
Our historic assets preserve our past. Our natural resources and our environmental assets preserve our future. And we need to value the future as much as we honor our past. And so we thank goodness for Congressman Bishop and his understanding of the value of natural resources, and Senator Laval, and particular kudos to Scott Russell for getting a good job done on the zoning, and for all the advocates who work so hard to make Long Island sustainable and the treasured place that we love.